Am I the a-hole for dropping out as a bridesmaid after the bride demanded I dye my natural red hair? I 27F have been friends with Melanie 28F since high school. We've always been close, not inseparable, but the kind of friends who stay in touch through every major life event. She got engaged last year and asked me to be a bridesmaid. I was genuinely excited and honored. I knew she could be a little controlling at times, especially when it came to aesthetics, but I never imagined it would become an actual battle. Her wedding theme is soft earth tones, which basically means beige, sage, tan, champagne, neutral everything. I didn't mind. She picked dresses that were pretty enough, and I thought that was the end of her vision. It was not. 2 months ago, Melanie scheduled a mandatory bridal party meeting. I figured we were talking hairstyles, accessories, shoes, normal stuff. Instead, she handed out a packet, an actual printed packet, titled Bridal Aesthetic Standards. Inside was a color palette, approved nail colors, approved makeup styles, even rules for how tan we were allowed to be. I raised an eyebrow but didn't say anything. Then I reached the page about hair. It said, all bridesmaids are to have medium to dark brown hair for consistency in photos. I laughed because I genuinely thought it was satire. I've had natural red hair my entire life, bright copper red, the kind hairdressers always say is rare. I've never dyed it, not even once. I said, Mel, what is this? This can't apply to me. She looked me dead in the eye and said, it does. Your hair will stand out too much. It'll ruin the palette. I told her politely that I wasn't dyeing my hair, especially not permanently, for a single day. She said it didn't need to be permanent, we could do a semi-permanent dark brown. I refused again. That's when her tone changed. She said, it's my wedding. Everyone else already agreed. I looked around, and everyone else suddenly found the floor very interesting. Later, 2 bridesmaids admitted they only agreed because Melanie guilt-tripped them, and both were brunettes anyway so it didn't affect them. I told Melanie I would happily participate in any hairstyle she picked, up to, curls, straight, but I wasn't changing my natural hair color. She immediately got cold. She said, if you don't want to put in the effort to support me, maybe you shouldn't be in the wedding. I said, if it comes down to dyeing my hair or dropping out, then I'll drop out. She didn't believe me at first. She told me to stop being dramatic and that I was making this about myself. But I stood firm and told her she needed to find another bridesmaid. That night she sent me a long text saying I embarrassed her in front of everyone, made her look like a bridezilla, and clearly didn't care about her. I replied calmly saying I loved her but would not alter a permanent physical trait to fit her photos. She blocked me. The next morning, I woke up to messages from 2 mutual friends accusing me of ruining Melanie's mood and that hair grows back. First, dye isn't a haircut. Second, it was semi-permanent brown, it wouldn't just wash out. And third, I shouldn't have to explain this. The point isn't the dye. It's the control. It's that she cared more about curating a beige wedding party than about the individuality of the people she supposedly loves. A week later, her fiancé reached out to me privately to apologize, saying he didn't agree with her rule either and that the stress was making her obsessive. I appreciated it, but it didn't change anything. I'm not going to reward that behavior by pretending it's normal. Now Melanie's mother has messaged me, saying I humiliated the family, and my own mom is telling me to just let it go because it's only hair. But it's not only hair to me. It's a boundary. It's my identity. It's the fact that my friend thought she could dictate my body to preserve her Instagram aesthetic. So Reddit, am I the a-hole for dropping out instead of dyeing my natural red hair brown to match her wedding photos?